Hey guys, it's Len at Lionstrong Athletics. Bad posture is something a lot of us deal with. Today I want to talk about how our hips, glutes, and abs can contribute to this issue and give you some exercises and stretches so that we can fix it and get on the right track. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on our most recent videos. If you're looking for an online program, go to Lionstrong Athletics and get started today. So when we're considering bad posture, a lot of us think about this hunched back position, maybe my neck is forward, but a lot of us don't consider about our hips and our glutes and our abs and the role they play with our posture and with our spine. One of the things to consider here is if I have an extra lordotic curve, that means my lower back is curved too much, then what can happen is my upper back will compensate for that curve. If I have a hard curve this way, I need to have a hard curve that way to compensate. So if I can try and fix that lordotic curve and make it a little bit more normal, then my upper back can straighten out because it doesn't have to compensate. And so it could be a little bit of a chicken and egg situation on which one is the true cause that's causing the other one to move. Okay, so we're going to go into a couple exercises and stretches so that we can deal with this issue. Let's start off by getting into the stretches that we can do to reduce that lordotic curve that I just talked about. The first muscle that really contributes it is the hip flexor muscles. And so a simple hip flexor stretch is the best way to tackle it. What I want you to do is put your knee up on something like a bench or a chair or a stool or a couch, whatever you have available to you. You're going to take a big elongated step out. I'm going to try to push my hips forward like this. Right now I feel that stretch on the side here, and if I want to make it a little bit more intense, I can try to curve my back over like that, which gives just a little extra pull. So you don't have to do that. We can sit here in this elongated stretch here. We're going for 30 to 40 seconds. If you want to make it more intense, curve over, hold that 30 to 40 seconds. We want to make sure that we get both sides. Our hip flexors, they originate here in the front, but as they move up, they actually tie in through our spine. So anytime those get tight, we get into this lordotic position, and if we can loosen them up, we drive forward like this. So it's very important. A lot of us sit for our job, or we're sitting in cars all the time, and it's an awful position for those hip flexors to shorten on us. We want to make sure that we're constantly elongating those muscles. Now, the second muscle that also contributes to that pelvic tilt is your quads, more specifically your rectus femoris. And that's the big, strong, long one in the front here. So simple stretch on this. You grab something if you need the balance, but we're just going to grab the leg. I'm trying to bring my heel to my butt, and I'm feeling this stretch here on that rectus femoris. 30 to 40 seconds each side. Make sure you get both sides so that we stay even. Now, if we want to hit both at the same time, you simply grab into that quad stretch. So I'm holding my foot up by my butt. I'm then going to take that big step out. Now I have a super stretch where I'm getting my quad and my hip flexor at the same time. It's very intense. I recommend you try this one out. It's my favorite exercise to try to fix my hip tilt and so that I can fix my posture by stretching. All right, we're done with the stretches. Let's get to the good stuff, the exercising. We're going to target two main muscle groups, our glutes and our abs. Okay, we're starting with the glutes. As we're in this lordotic position here, if I can strengthen these glutes and push myself forward, I'm going to be in a better position. So let's go over that first. What I want to do is just a hip thrust. You can do this off of a bench. You can do this off of your couch or a chair. It's a very easy exercise. We're just going to put your upper back against the bench. I like to line it up with my shoulder blades. I feel like that's the most comfortable. And I'm just relaxed out, maybe forming a 90-ish degree with my knee joint. Now what I want to do here is practice just using my glutes to pick me up. And what I mean by that is if I lift up and I lift with my whole back up like this, I'm actually using a ton of quads and hamstrings to help me get here. So what I want to do is just use my glutes, contract them from the bottom, and drive up like this. See how my upper body did not change position? So I'm releasing my glutes, I'm contracting my glutes. And now I'm isolating and I'm teaching them how to fire by themselves. If this feels too easy, you can just load a barbell or a dumbbell or some kind of weight on top of your hips as a resistance force. But I don't want you changing your back position like this. I want you just using your glutes and firing up. Okay? Now, the second exercise and second muscle group we're going to target is your abs. And the reason why is if we're in this lordotic position like this, my abs are fairly shut off and they're kind of stretched. So if I can turn those on and have them strong, then my position of my spine changes for the better. Okay? What exercise I want to do for this is going to be a plank. We're going to do it a little different though. The plank is going to be half plank, half crunch, which I'll explain to you. So I want you to get down into a plank position. I like going off of a bench or a chair or something that's elevated just to take my shoulders out of the equation. I go on my forearms like this. I want you to find that plank position here. If you need to make it harder, you walk back. Easier, you walk forward, okay? I want you to push your glutes forward, and I want you to think about crunching through, okay? So I'm not just holding this position. See how I'm in this bad lordotic position here? I'm turning my abs on and turning my glutes on, and I'm trying to curve forward. If you want, you can even grab the end of the bench here and give it a little pull, and that's going to force me into this kind of crunch position here, where I'm now activating my abs to hold me up and to turn over and contract with my rectus abdominis and do the work like that, okay? So again, in position here, I'm trying to contract my glutes, I'm trying to contract my abs, and I'm trying to pull like I'm going to do a crunch. So hold that ideally for 30 seconds. If it's too easy, just walk your feet back and make it a little bit harder for yourself and do those exercises for 3 sets. All right, there we have it. 2 exercises and 2 stretches to target that lordotic curve and get you in a better postural position. I would recommend doing these either in the morning or at night, or maybe pre-workout, part of your warm-up routine, you can throw them in there. Now, if you haven't checked out part 1, we go over all the neck muscles and a couple exercises and stretches for that. Or part 2, we target the chest and back and give you exercises and stretches for that. So I suggest you go watch those so that you can incorporate all of these together and fix your posture for good. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like and subscribe button and leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite exercise or stretch was. If you're looking for a program, go to lionstrongathletics.com and start today.